Hey, BeeTeam6, David Burns here. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. It's great to have another year under our belt and kind of fun to think about all the things we're going to do in beekeeping for 2018. And I'm going to turn the camera around. If you can look outside here, we have had a tremendous amount of snow and absolutely cold weather that has been unbearable. We've had 20 below zero, just the temperature, and I know some of you live further north than I do and you've been colder, but wow, it has been cold. Fingers crossed, hopefully the bees are doing good, wrapped up with those winter bee kinds on them, eating a lot of good food, and just trusting that they'll make it through. I want to introduce you to the fact that cold weather is not that dangerous if you've been monitoring your mites all year and your bees are well fed and heavily populated. But it is dangerous for bees that have mites, which spread viruses, and the bees have low nutrition in the hive, and then low numbers. They can't generate heat because they can't eat. They don't have the bodies to make heat. So if you do lose a colony, that's probably the reason why. But fingers crossed it all will go well. I was going to tell you that we had a fantastic end of the year, Christmas time. Some of you may not realize that Sherry and I have 6 children, 3 girls, 3 boys, and 5 of them are grown, married, out of the house. We have grandkids, 10 grandchildren. Our youngest son is still at home, he's 10, and our oldest daughter is 36. So Christmas was a lot of activity for us, and it probably was for your family too. We had a great time. It really keeps us busy. And so it's good to be back with you, and thanks for being a part of BeeTeam6. It means a lot to me and Sherry that we can help you guys in your beekeeping endeavors. Also, you may not realize that Sherry and I have actually operated on just solely living by the bees for about, I don't know, 12, 15 years now. But we started a bee business about 12, 13 years ago, making beekeeping equipment. And most of you know that, but that's our main bread and butter, is running a beekeeping business, making hives, packages of bees, nooks and queens, and teaching classes and all of that. And so that's really kept us busy making those winter bee kinds. We finally got caught up. Wow, we're thankful to have that kind of business, people buying those winter bee kinds, but boy, did we really have to get the elves out and do a lot of work to get those done. We're still selling them. It's been great. But I want to talk to you today about making a presentation on beekeeping, because if you're a beekeeper, you will be asked to make a presentation. And read my weekly tip today, because I have a lot of information in there. And I know some of you may not have the personality or the, I guess, being comfortable speaking in public. I don't think anyone is born comfortable speaking in public. It's something you have to get over some fears and all that. And you can do that. And I've got some tips and the weekly tip to help you do that. And I want to encourage you to be a good ambassador for beekeeping. You're the one that's representing the positive side of beekeeping. You're the one speaking to little kids about science of beekeeping. You're the one that's talking to civic groups and adults. Why not to be, frightened and kill all the bees, right? You're the one that's saying that bees are important for pollination. So, excuse me. So look at yourself as an ambassador for the honeybees. I want to have a show and tell time, because this is something that I take around with me when I speak on bees, and it's basically just a single frame observation hive. And it's really nice, and I've got 2 screws to keep it secure. I can loosen those and open this door, and my frames slide in and out here, and then I can shut the door. I need to clean this, but you can watch this frame of bees on both sides, of course, and look for the queen. So I take this to classes, but I'm the guy that walks in with this. I don't ask permission for schools and so forth. They'd probably say no, So I just I drape something over it, and just walk in, and then I put it in class, and no one's ever given me any trouble or grief about that. But I make sure that it's very secure. But this is something that's really, really entertaining. Another thing that I want to show you, move this a little closer to you. I've got a deep hive body, as you can see here, and what's neat about it, I take this into classes and civic groups when I present bees, because each of these frames has a picture inside of it. And in this picture, it tells about what's going on this frame. And isn't that awesome? And all these things are just full of, I mean, just look at this. There's some, I'm trying to get the reflection not to ruin the scene, but there's propolis, there's a bee with propolis on her back legs, comb, and bees pollinating flowers, a new bee that just emerged. I could go on and on. It looks like royal jelly in a queen cell there. That's what a frame of brood looks like. The whole box is just full of these pictures. And I'm going to take the time to show them all to you. So, just awesome. Bees flying, it's just cool. So, you can buy these, and I don't remember where Sherry bought this one at, but you can look online for, maybe type in beehive demonstration pictures or something. And they came just like that. I think they were already in the frames. So these are cool little activities that you can take into these speaking engagements and really wow the audience. But like I said in my weekly tip today, I want you to really wow your audience. Talk about the positive things in beekeeping. Share with them how you feel, what it makes you feel like, how much you enjoy it. And then tell them all the wow things about bees. That there's 60,000 bees in that hive, and tell them you have 5 beehives, so now you have 350,000 bees on your property. Tell them that the queen lays 2,000 eggs a day, and tell them that if they lose their queen, they'll take a fertilized eggs and they'll raise another queen to replace her. Wow, how do they do that? They turn a worker bee into a queen bee. And those things are really great for kids. And with kids, I always like to get into the science just a little bit and say, how many eyes do they have? How many wings do they have? How many legs do they have? Insects have 6 legs. It's good to get into that part of it with kids. So be excited about making a presentation. Even though you may not be comfortable with public speaking, you can practice on your family if you're going to have to go talk somewhere. But as a beekeeper, people are going to want you to come and share about beekeeping, and I hope you'll take advantage of that with some of the things I'm sharing with you today and this week, so that you can really be a good ambassador to beekeeping. Can't go outside and do anything right this morning it was like 5 below or something, so why not cook and why not eat to stay warm and have a good time with that. So thanks again for being part of BeeTeam6, and I'll see you next week.